because it's like like the Wayans brothers. It was episodes where they had Dupree. There was episodes where they had
TC.
PC, and then
Sometimes, yeah.
or somebody else too. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every show got you had Jazz on Fresh Prince, then you had the old
Nigga
nigga.
nobody cared about.
Yeah,
What's his name? Ty something. I think it was Ty, actually.
I can't remember. I said the old nigga. Reason I said because they did the game show and they said what's the capital Ohio, and he said capital O. That's the only thing I remember.
I think he was probably only because he was a better actor. He had like funny, like
Yeah,
he was funnier than Jazz, but he wasn't like more iconic or nothing like
yeah,
that.
nah.
Like Jazz acting was sometimes it was tough. Yeah, that show was great. Season one through the last season.
Yeah.
Usually don't get a great first season. Like I don't even watch Wayne's Brothers season one or two.
Yeah, it ain't really get wasn't
Until
in his
three.
bag till Marlon had a fade.
That's how I judge it too. Like
For real,
it's definitely the Marlon haircut that lets you know it's a good episode or not.
yeah, like when you play 2K, like people forget the teams where Kobe had the fro, he was like a 78. You know what I'm saying?
Because like White Mike a good character and all that, but he's just like it just wasn't. Actually, he was season three
Yeah, I think
too.
so.
I know they had like a funny moment where it was like they mixed the episodes up because it was like some residual episode from season two that went into three.
Where
Um, but yeah, it's like once they got D, it kind of took off.
yeah, because they had the white chick who was short.
Yeah, the Super New York, Lou,
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. But see, like to a lot of people, Martin is like their Jim Brown. Like you got a
Okay.
lot of like 60-year-old men who still gonna tell you Jim Brown the greatest football player to ever live. Like dog,
Listen, it's understandable. Martin
you know,
is amazing show.
Martin is an amazing show, but like it's not like it got to a point like I think Ari Spears said it on Vlad where like the that ain't no damn puppy episode. Like some episodes got to be a little too much. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
that was first off, that's one of the funniest parts of Martin. But like
it was.
season five was trash.
Yeah. But see, that's another thing. You gotta talk about a show in its totality. Like we call The Wire season 5 trash.
Yeah.
We talk about
But the
season
thing is,
4.
it wasn't trash. It just wasn't as good as the other seasons. And I would say it
Man,
was
Martin was damn
average.
near a mummy them
No,
late
I'm talking
season.
about on the wire. But
Oh
like with
yeah.
Martin season five was trash. Like I'm not watching no episodes from season
Yeah.
five, Martin. And season one, Martin was like okay. Like it was solid. It wasn't until
Right.
like two, three, four that was just like amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
But like Fresh Prince, it was like I think that's probably the greatest show ever. Even though it's not my favorite show, like of any show, not just black show, but like
Yeah.
it has every single thing. Has the great season one through five, got the good ending, got a superstar
Yeah, the
star.
finale too. Like that's a great finale.
Was that shit to get you emotional. You, not me, I'm a real nigga, but
Yeah, so
yeah.
that's what your first MySpace bio said.
You know, it was my first. I don't know if you remember your first song you had as your on your MySpace. I think I had like Waka Flocka, Let 'Em Gun Sounds.
Wow, I think mine was like I think I had Army Guns by Lil Wayne.
This is terrible. MySpace was I can't even say MySpace was fun. MySpace might be next to Instagram as like most conceited you can be on the app
Yeah,
because you only cared about yourself, really,
yeah,
like
yeah.
improving yourself and improving your profile and
Top
shit. But
friends and shit. That's what niggas really start. That was a social media site where people really started living off of what they wanted to
yeah.
be. You know what I'm saying?
But the problem is, like on MySpace, you see these people every day too. Like
Yeah,
on Twitter, I got like 300 some followers. I never see these niggas. But
yeah,
like
yeah.
MySpace, I can press a motherfucker for not being in their top five, top 10 friends.
Exactly. And that's what the social media you treat them differently. Like now it's Twitter might just be an opinion site for you, but you go on somebody's Facebook or whatever, you might see them traveling, or you might see pictures of their family or whatever.
Yeah.
Different
Yeah,
shit.
because I don't even got an Instagram. I just can't. It's nothing that attracts me to Instagram
Yeah, no,
at all.
no. I
The
got like
worst.
I got like an account that I don't use, but I use it to where I need to access stuff for Instagram. If there's a
Yeah,
story that
that's what I
breaks and
got.
it's only available on somebody, you know what I'm saying? Shit
Yeah,
like that. But just the whole picture thing, I think that I don't get it.
yeah. The worst is Snapchat. I don't even know how to really use it no more. Like
Yeah.
I've like been had a chance to get some pussy, and then it was like, yeah, all right, add me on Snapchat, and boom, boom, and then I just like,
Yeah. At that point,
yeah.
it feel like prostitution.
And it's just like it's just doing too much. Like I feel old as hell. Just pick up a phone.
Yeah, that don't feel like our era for real.
Yeah, I knew I was growing out. Yeah, I can't do Snapchat.
It's
But
just
then like,
it be the little stuff like that when I be talking about niggas that don't that feel a little immature. Like, bro, there has to be something you not a part of. Like I say all the time, I don't trust
yeah,
niggas that have participated in every haircut trend. You mean to tell me you had the mohawk, you had the boozy fade, you had the double hairline, you had the temp fade, you
double
had
hairline, disgusting.
hey, we all had a time, man. You know what I'm saying? Niggas
You
like
had it.
oh
That's
yeah.
terrible.
But I didn't have a mohawk though.
Double
Mohawk
hairline is worse than a mohawk.
nah, the double hairline was one of them like it was just a cut. The mohawk was a personality.
No,
Oh,
nigga.
this nigga.
What I
Why you
did now.
lean back like you wasn't trying to show the whole Chino Hills? You what?
Yeah, I had to let them know.
Let them know what?
Yeah, I mean,
The custodian get a jersey too?
And I know for a
exactly.
fact, it ain't a ball brother name on the back of that
Nah.
jersey.
Well, it's the whole. I'm not finna do
That
that. I'm
shit
not.
say
Why'd
Gretzky
you
on the
turn
back.
like that?
Yeah.
He was doing the sassy slip and slide, man.
Like, why you trying to have it poking when you turn?
Nigga faking for the gram for no reason. It ain't no number on that jersey, by the way. It just
It's the
stopped.
number one, but I ain't gonna show you because the wash fucked it up, and I didn't know.
Yeah, uh-huh. I
I
got
got
an
a
element.
Zion jersey too. I should have wore that.
A what?
Why you don't have on the Dallas Cowboys jersey is the question.
We know why.
Oh, because the season over, nigga. I'm a thorough nigga. We'll talk about that later, though.
Yeah, but the double hairline, we ain't finna get past that. It was
Nah,
had a
yeah,
double hairline.
Yeah, no, I had one of them before, you know what I'm saying? But see, the thing is, that was just a cut. The Mohawk was a persona.
Let me
You know
tell
what
you,
I'm saying?
no.
A nigga could get, no, Pete, because you could 2 weeks after, depending on how your hair grew, 2 weeks after a double hairline or double stock, it was called in Charleston. Like your shit, it would start growing back, whatever. No, the Mohawk, things had to erase. Like you had to like
You had to get it leveled. You was always
yeah,
gonna
you
have
had to get a level. The stars that you got had to grow back in because
What are
I've
you talking
seen
about?
niggas try to
then
go.
you can still see it because the rest
Yeah,
of your fro got like a star imprint.
right.
It's real
It's
nice.
it's like when people get a bad cover up tattoo, like they got a flower. We know it still say Damon underneath it, ladies. Like you know what I'm saying. We can still see the D, the M, and the N. Like that's how a Mohawk was. Double star is just some shit you do, and then you never be like, yeah, that was lame or whatever. You know what I'm saying. But the Mohawk was identity. You had to have the Mohawk accessory clothes.
See, down here, Orlando had a crew called the Mohawk Gang, and them
Yeah.
niggas was terrorizing shit. So it was very different.
See, yeah, and that's like, see, I couldn't. A
But
nigga
you
with a
know,
mohawk rob you. That's crazy.
I'm talking about you couldn't stop at lights for a little while in certain parts of Orlando. A nigga with a mohawk would come and fucking take everything you got in that car and the car.
Niggas getting
And
robbed.
then
you
I
take
feel
everything out first, then drive
Yeah.
away. All right, I'm gonna be back for the shit that I did.
Yeah.
hey, the thing is, they leave you on the corner where niggas gonna rob you again. Yeah, I ain't got extra James. James took it. I don't.
Yeah, you know why I can't give because the Mohawk first off, the human history has always been there. Like it's been a mohawk. The double lining, it was only a short part. So you know how trendy you had to be
Yeah, you was
in trying
following
to
the
get on the trend to have a double lining.
But see, it was
You keep justifying.
It was like here's the thing. There's lame things we all did, and that could be one of them. But the
Not me.
Mohawk was like getting swept, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like you might lose a 4-2.
over here. If you had the Mohawk, you was either one of them niggas or you was pretending to be one of them niggas. Nowhere was the niggas with the double hairline like that.
See, like true. Down here, the double hairline, it's a lot of niggas who eventually had to plead the 45 years that had a double line up here. But the Mohawk niggas was telling and selling ecstasy.
With a double hairline, you getting life. I don't care if it's a ticket. I don't really care what the infraction
I know one nigga with life right now, double hairline in like 3 of his mugshots, which is crazy because they was in all different years. So he was devoted. Like he might as well have tattooed that shit. Anyway, over there.
You know what's funny? No, nigga. No. Because look, when you look at the Mohawk, pick up the Mohawk. If you look back,
like was a 2-cut in the eyebrow nigga.
No. Yeah, trying to wild out? No. No.
With a Pele.
That seems like 2 different eras. They're blended.
Double hairline, 2 cuts in the eyebrow, Pele. I'm crossing the street.
Let me tell you the difference though. Like if you look back at if you look back at like the killers of today, the young killers with all the dreads and shit, if you go back into their pictures when they was younger, they all had mohawks.
Nah, they all had the double cut right here. I know
a lot of niggas had double hairline too, bro. Like
no, they did. Well, first off, the double hairline never made it to Chicago, so I can't speak on that.
The double hairline,
but 3 printed switches did, so good for y'all.
And what was better for society? Exactly. Over the Hill Podcast, episode 16. Yeah,
bang bang. Yeah, you know it.
Y'all keeping up with the how many it is that's cool because
I don't know what episode is it. Is it 16?
You changed the accessory hanging from your tub. That let me know that you know it's a problem, but you don't care to
dress shirt. I'm not finna look what y'all be having me do. I was finna pull out a whole striped dress shirt.
That shit was gonna be connected to 17 do-rags like a clown trick.
Yeah, but I was about to say that.
I promise I'll walk that out of Nita house, put it there, and never touch it.
Hold on. I know you ain't say who I think you said.
That's what I moved.
He who shall not be named?
Yeah, that's I moved out, and that was all the stuff. Well, that was one subset of the stuff. Also had a hamper full of stuff. That was like my
you ain't got no proper moving.
Yeah, he don't got a cardboard box, nothing locked.
To be fair, the stuff's still there because when I moved out, she chased me with the knife. I jumped in my homie car. I was packing my car.
He don't got no bunnies, but he hopped. He didn't jump.
Shut up. It was a knife behind me. You damn right I hopped. And I was packing my car, and then she went to get mad. So I ran because she took the test. It's a whole nother mind, man. Go ahead. The episode
first
16.
topic: how Black people can overcome.
It is not by whatever silly.
It ain't about. He left the clothes there because he's going back. All right.
I'm not going back. Everybody think I'm going back. I'm done.
Why you adjust your do-rag like a fitted after you said because you was lying.
That's the nigga version of blinking when he's telling a lie.
That's my tell. That's a nasty tell.
He the sweat got him. He moved. He loosened it from the tie. That's crazy.
That nigga lost $5,000 at the poker table adjusting his do-rag.
Yeah, he just
get a full house.
Yeah. I don't know what that is.
Me too.
He started tucking the flap in the back. I ain't got none of them in my hand. Like, yeah, this nigga. All right, y'all. So we're gonna start it off with where we kicking it off at?
How about him?
How about him? Let's talk about the grass.
How about
Let's talk about that grass.
Let me ask you a question. How many N-words do you think Jerry Jones got off on Dak?
But not as much as me. Hard
Between the
R.
field and the team bus.
Yeah,
I know Jerry was calling him creative niggas.
Yeah, it sounded like yeah. My living room
Like
sounded
a
like a
meeting.
GOP group chat on February 5th. All right. You would have
Definitely a
thought,
clan meeting in there.
yeah, it was like Congress discussing if we gonna make Martin Luther King birthday a holiday. That's the frustration that was in my living room. So yeah, the Cowboys lost to the 49ers 19-12.
Damn.
You find a lot of people say this, but this is easily the worst loss as a Cowboy fan in my lifetime. And there's been lots of them, you know what I'm saying?
It has, yes.
Y'all
Yeah.
have to pick.
Yeah, it's a good bit. The reason this loss hurt, not for like any of the reasons, not because I'm a proud Cowboy fan, not because none of the shit that you would pick
Proud
at like I'm
Cowboy sound,
ashamed to
so.
be a Cowboy fan. But the fact that how they lost, you know what I'm saying? I feel like losing is losing, but you don't lose a certain kind of way. You don't lose throwing 200 yards. You don't lose with your best running back rushing for 20-something yards. You don't, it's just certain shit that don't happen. You know what I'm saying? Seeing George Kittle looking at the camera with time winding down, trolling the camera. Some shit is embarrassing. And like sometimes some things
he was trolling that whole game.
Yeah, it was like,
and that catch was crazy.
That catch pissed me off because that's the type of catch you allow because of mentality. Like you see Trayvon Diggs then try to sneak his shoulder in and knock the shit out of Kittle, but a certain mentality defense wasn't allowing that, even if it risked a penalty. You know what I'm saying? Knock him clean out, but a culture change is needed in Dallas. Zeke got to go or restructure. Tony Pollard broke his foot, which is horrible. I think his injury is like recommended 3-month recovery time, so he'd be straight by the time the season start. But things need to change. Things need to change for real because it's a broken record to say, oh, every year this is the Cowboys. This team could do it, which most of these years these teams could do it. The roster is capable of doing it. However, the mentality ain't there. The play ain't there, which you'd be like, yeah, obviously that's it. But I think it ties to mentality. And there needs to be a coach. You don't see the things you see like you saw in the Bills game where Stephon Diggs got in Josh Allen's face or whatever. It's a lot of fist bumps and high fives and we'll get them next time. It's like, bro, that shit is tiring, my nigga.
I know what Sealy doing right now, by the way.
Yeah, he called Anita.
Because I saw what he did before he turned the camera off.
Yeah. But yeah, it was an embarrassing loss. Dak, that's not. You should be the first nigga in the front office saying, "Hey, take $20 million off my salary every year." That you
give
don't
it back
throw,
to the white man.
Yeah, second and 2. After you scored the first touchdown. They scored first, but you scored the first touchdown on this defense, and then our defense shut him and forced him to. Did he? Oh, he put on a lemon to the dish and do rag.
I had to say too. Oh, I got some water.
That nigga threw the black under the jersey.
I'm surprised I didn't come
he
back.
He looked like, when Beanie Siegel got his money up in state property.
Yeah.
So he started putting the jerseys over the t-shirts.
That was a signal. That was a signal of black wealth in the early 2000s. The more unknown the nigga on the jersey was, he didn't even have to be good.
That's a fact, sir. Have a throwback with like their uncle when he played like that. Nigga had the Master P throwback. That was.
And then they wore it. The wearing it reverse shit was weird because I know it don't feel comfortable with the neck. But
it was a lot of nasty times. We got to do about that.
It's crazy because you still dress like that. But back to the Cowboys, man.
I saw y'all my son dress, right? Like he dressed like I dressed him. Like they say, nigga,
right now. Yeah. They
say chicks address you like the nigga that left you. That's what his mom do because he had a.
Hey, when I let you hold that shirt, nigga. Oh,
yo, that Echo vest on. I was like, bro, you're not even close to that era.
That an Averex, my boy.
Started
Hey,
out.
I know it's not Lot 29.
Yeah, oh no, with the Tweety Bird, that's crazy.
Man, it was a very nasty. It was some nasty time. I was killing the velour, the suit with the I forget what it's called, but the pants and the jacket. Yeah, the tracksuit. Yeah, the
Oh,
velour.
the fat phone?
Wasn't doing nothing athletic.
Nothing.
It's disgusting.
Nigga just
Nothing.
sweating.
And
Yeah,
the ass on the skin really popped when you got the velour on. So I know what was happening.
It was a very nasty time. Yeah,
But
yeah.
Go ahead.
Cowboy. First off, ain't we all happy that this happened? Like, first off, this made for great content for the podcast. Secondly, Cowboy. Did they play on grass or turf? And it's not a joke. I don't know what the San Francisco 49ers got.
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I would think you would, because you definitely emphasized that the last time.
Yeah, he talked for 40 minutes about the difference between
the
grass. And he had stats, if I remember. He pulled out like a book. He was like, his DAC stats on turf and his DAC stats on grass.
Yeah,
my stats were the relevant to the turf was about the defense of the pass rush. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, my bad. I thought you was being ridiculous.
Look, excuse us.
Yeah, excuse me. I didn't know.
Yeah, my fault. Yeah, if you got to get back to your, Rucker Park 2001 reunion party, you can go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? Doing the Fresh Prince over this nigga got a dandelion colored LA fitted dog. They wouldn't even press you in LA.
It really wouldn't.
They just walk off. No, I don't have drugs on me, officer.
That's a fresh folded brim.
Yeah,
you folded that for the pod.
Actually, it came folded this way.
Oh, okay. They know your swag.
Yeah, listen, when I step in, you're all right, velour, nigga.
Nah, all right, cool. Yeah. See, I told you that in confidence on the show.
Didn't you just make fun of the way your son dressed, but in turn made fun of the way you dress at the same time?
Yeah,
you was like, my son dressed stupid as fuck.
His son dressed like a goon from Belly.
You see it replicated. I'm like, damn, son, that's the influence. That's what I gave him. Like, it's fucked up, man.
But the 49ers is a good team to lose to. It's not like y'all lost to something terrible. Like, the 49ers definitely showed some. But this is Cowboys world, and what are they gonna do about Dak? Because Dak is a good quarterback. He's just dumb sometimes, and that's just how they. And you would be okay with getting something else, but there's nothing better than Dak out there to get. As far as the running game, who cares? Broke foot. What'd you say?
That sounds like a toxic relationship.
That's the Cowboys. When the last time y'all won? 99, 98?
95.
I knew it was 95. I just wanted to put the years up.
A year later than the 49ers have, which for some reason they go unscathed in this whole it's been so long type conversation. Not to mention they be losing on the biggest stage, which to me is a little worse. And they be losing in way worse fashion.
Well, no, because didn't they win last year?
No, they haven't won since 1994. They haven't won the Super Bowl since 94.
But they made those.
When y'all ain't made the playoffs? Like, y'all ain't won a playoff game since 94?
No, we haven't made a conference championship game in like 2 years.
I don't remember that.
They just be losing, and that's my thing. But no, you're right. Back to what you're saying, they a good team and all that shit.
And also, what's funny about the like, you were a Cowboys fan, they terrible. You were a Knicks fan, they terrible.
I dropped my flag.
Nah, what's your baseball team?
The Mets.
I know nothing about baseball, so that don't matter. So you basically been losing your whole life. Like, your whole life, all your teams have been shit.
Only professionally. Like, I'm a UConn Huskies basketball fan. I'm a Florida Gator football fan, so I've got to celebrate championships. Like,
you basically, what makes a person like jump on the bandwagon of all the biggest teams of every sport?
So that's not, but like, here's the thing about bandwagon. That's a funny term. If there's no real benefit to it, is it really a slight? Like, me becoming a Cowboys fan during their drought, like, that's not really a bandwagon thing. I just like the team that have probably the most fans. Like, I was
bandwagon like a motherfucker. What you mean?
No,
You
but it
like the
had
team
nothing
that
to
got the
do.
most fans? What
Yeah,
the
it had
fuck is
nothing to
you
do with
talking
them
about?
having the most fans, though.
But you just said you liked them because they had the most fans.
No, I said I happen to like a team who has the most fans.
Oh, okay,
It didn't
okay,
have, yeah,
okay.
it didn't have nothing to do like, oh, the cow, I want to be a part of this nation. Nah, it was just the team. They had like DeMarcus Ware and T.O. were like two of my favorite players at the time. So it was like it made sense to root for that team. Plus, whenever like I lived in South Carolina time, still do. Whenever Sunday happened, game day happened, whatever, most Cowboys games were televised. So I didn't like when it came time to be a grown up fan. Essentially, when I was 12, I was like, I want to support a team that I don't have to follow their score by looking online. I could just watch them, and most of the time, the Cowboys games were televised. So it had nothing to do with being a fan. Like even at the time, I didn't know the stats about the horrible mediocrity. I knew the Cowboys
Or
hadn't
the
won a Super
grass.
Bowl. Yeah, exactly. I knew the Cowboys hadn't won a Super Bowl in like my lifetime at that point. Well, in my lifetime, but enough for me to know it. But yeah, so that's how that happened. The Knicks thing just support New York as a kid. The Mets, same shit. UConn, like Ray Allen, oddly enough, when I was a kid, was one of my favorite players. I don't know if it came from watching He Got Game or like just,
I would have thought that would made you hate the nigga. The nigga acting was terrible in that. Great
horrendous.
movie. A top three
Money and
Spike Lee movie, but
Money and
yeah,
Violence
top
is
five.
back in there. Top five. Top three, top three. So yeah,
Nah,
UConn. Plus I liked I like the underachieving team with like Hasheem Thabeet, AJ Price, Jeff Adrian. Them. I thought they was gonna win it that year. But yeah, UConn. As far as Florida goes, growing up, like Florida produced like the best players. So at the end of the
hop
day,
on that bandwagon.
I hated the Seminoles colors. Miami colors was ugly too. Plus, like a lot of people's Miami fans, I was like, I'll go against the grain on that. And I just rooted for Florida. And then the next year they won the national championship and it just worked out perfectly for me. But I also like through hard times, I can't hide it. Like I got a Dallas Cowboys license plate. Like I'm not one of those fans that's like, oh, my team lose, you can't say shit. Like, no, like that's
So
that's on my car. Florida, like football season, I wear a Florida shirt at work.
he's a
Like
fucking dweeb.
I'm a
The
dweeb.
Cowboys license plate.
Nigga, you got on a Berkeley fucking hoodie and you in Southside Chicago. Like, come on now. You fresh
No,
Prince playing.
any person with a sports license plate is racist. Like you think that's
Exactly.
gonna stop the police from stopping you, nigga?
My 10 illegal. I ain't got a ticket yet, nigga.
Still a nigger in me and Jerry Jones' eyes.
You sold keys to the force.
So,
Why you talking? My pipeline is pipeline, nigga.
I don't care what you be doing with them. What's the
You start talking about you piping them. That's you wild nigga.
Let me find out you was that one girl, police officer. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about the Cowboys. They suck.
Yeah.
So that shit came out. He was like, woo, they ain't catch us.
Let me see something real quick.
All right, man. What's that? What's that? Unless Silly wants to talk about the Cowboys.
Talk about football.
You're the nigga who brought it up.
Yeah. I just wanted to say how about him.
Shannon Sharp and the Lakers.
Oh.
Hey, Shannon Sharp, he polarizing to me. That's all I say. Some days it'll be like
polarizes. Shut up. You never said
thesaurus ass nigga.
You never said polarizing in your life. So now all of a sudden you got
Howard Cosell.
Hey, somebody asked me why black people won't get far in this world, right? All right, so yeah, Shannon Sharp polarizing because some days I'm like a big fan of him, and then some days it's
y'all
just
be
like,
dick riding the same nigga.
I don't understand. I can't.
Oh yeah, he got that love affair. But the thing is, he know LeBron. You just like him.
Yeah, he actually can sniff the hand that shook LeBron like you wish you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some days Shannon Sharp would be cool and all. Then the next day it's just like I don't know. Shannon Sharp is going through something. We talked about this in the chat. He going through a Will Smith phase of
I'm telling you, dudes, he wanted to punch Skip in the mouth, and now he's spiraling. He out there. I know wherever he live, he get mad at like the fucking McDonald's person for not putting extra napkins. Like he really just want to fight on cam so niggas know he don't just be talking. Like it's at that point.
And Shannon Sharp, I think he's the best part of Undisputed. Like any clips you see is gonna be Shannon Sharp. People rarely will post anything that's like Skip Bayless related.
Nobody's watching Skip by himself. Like niggas will watch Shannon by himself, but it's a reason Shannon got a podcast, and I don't even know if Skip has one. He probably don't. Like nobody's Skip's doesn't. His personality is based off
somebody else.
Yeah, based on somebody else.
Like he has to have a team around him. Like if you ain't just finna sit Skip Bayless in front of a camera by himself and let him go. But you can listen to Shannon Sharp talk about shit all day. So I know that probably upsets you a bit, Jordan, because I know you and him dick ride the same hatred. Yeah, silly. Let's talk about him. Yeah.
Yeah. So but, he was like, y'all leave him alone.
The protection you put on Skip Bayless is unhealthy, to say the least.
Like how when you caught your man, he's like, move. When you gave CPR to a nigga, you gave CPR.
I didn't know where the joke was going on.
Hey, Fly gave CPR to a nigga that was sitting
bringing chat business on the pod and they be throwing
shit. Give him space. Give him space.
No, that Fly gave CPR to a nigga that was sitting up and explaining himself after he passed out.
First off, I wasn't even there that day. He did pass out. Second.
And Fly told him and gave him CPR.
Yeah. He said, he had already started explaining the condition.
This is all fake stuff.
You a sick nigga, bro.
Man, what you gonna say about Shannon Sharp?
You will go, Jordan?
Nah, go ahead, cosplay Beanie Siegel.
I'll do that. The funny shit about
you
Shannon,
look like Music Soul Child at All-Star Weekend.
Yeah, look who I look. I'm mad you said music and not Life Jennings. I feel like this is more Life Jennings fit. Music gonna have like a suit on, the sparkles.
Life Jennings is annoying. When you listen to the lyrics, really, it's like, yeah, never mind. That I got a hatred for Life Jennings, by the way.
I don't like his voice. I don't like how you be talking in all the songs. He's an annoying nigga. Yeah. I had an ex-girlfriend that was like a super fan before I knew who he was, so I took it personal.
Yeah, nigga was talking about some uncomfortable issues. But go ahead,
son. But the funny shit about Shannon is he got mad at niggas for responding to him. Like, you're not in the game, man. Why is you trash talking on the sideline and then getting mad, like telling niggas come here? They playing a game, man, that you paid mad money to sit front row and watch. And you like, yo, you a bum. And nigga said, shut the fuck up. You're cursing at me? Like, fam, you just want to fight at that point, bro. You just looking for reasons and go fight Skip, bro. That'll get all the views. If them niggas every time like they had a disagreement, they put on gloves and headgear and boxed it out, that'll get all the views.
Skip Bayless works out, right? But Shannon Sharp would beat the fuck out of Skip like every time they fought.
Yeah,
speaking of fighting, bro, like everybody who saw the clip was like, "Oh, Steven Adams." When Steven Adams walked up, Shannon was he wasn't. First off, like Shannon after surgery was benching like 10 reps at 350 with ease, like on Twitter. Like Shannon, like country football training.
Got that side of Twitter, huh?
Yeah, whatever. Your mother still poor?
Yeah. What nigga that?
No punchline.
After telling you they watched the nigga workout video, look what comes next. Look what's the...
This is relevant information, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, like, I didn't say the nigga, you know what I'm saying? I didn't compliment the nigga physique. You know what I'm saying? I just said the nigga.
Yeah, but you almost told us he was 6'5", 270. 270. I wish niggas understood some of these jokes.
Y'all got it. Hey. We be talking about shit. We more than just a pod. We be talking about shit, and then we be forgetting that y'all don't know what's up. But anyway,
Like for real, we just three niggas kicking it,
yeah,
honestly.
like Steven Adams probably NBA strong, but Shannon Sharp would like beat the shit out this nigga probably.
Like fucking country nigga strong.
Yeah, Shannon Sharp was raised with his brother by his grandfather in a house with no running water. Like that's where like you knew nothing but how to work outside and fight. Probably, I'm sure. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so he could probably beat up 2 Grizzlies at one time.
He could probably, yeah.
Like if it's not like big man centers, he could probably beat up Ja Morant and Dillon Brooks same time.
For sure. The funny thing about this situation is it really boils down to who you don't like more. Because see, me, I don't like Dillon Brooks more than I have a dislike for Shannon Sharp. So I almost had no problem with this shit. Like, was he an extra fan? Sure. Should he just shut the fuck up? Sure. Did it come from did it come from him like you know, being a stand for LeBron or whatever? Yeah, cool. But I dislike Dillon Brooks way more than I dislike Shannon Sharp. So yeah, man, I wish he'd have beat the fuck out of Dillon Brooks. That's really all I got to say. As far as the whole like him and Skip thing, I genuinely think them niggas is friends, bro. Like that's what I think they coworkers who are cool and they got disagreements, but at the end of the day, they don't want to dislike each other.
You can see from how Shannon responds to things now that
they joked about watching Family Guy the day after that whole debacle, you know. Like they had a real genuine laugh. You can't say, oh, this body language is real, but this other one ain't. Nah, they was joking.
I mean,
less casual conversation.
That's what I'm saying. No, the energy on things after is not the same how it was before that.
Yeah, it is. Sure it's exactly the same.
It's not exactly the same. It's definitely
it's pretty much the same. Like I said, the day after
they went from exactly to pretty much.
Yeah, like, you know it's not the same.
No, it's kind of the same now.
I could show you, like they laughed the day after the day after Shannon came back from the DeMar Hamlin shit. Yeah, they had just like they did before. They had a genuine laugh, like 2 friends finding out they liked the same shit and didn't know about it. They joked about for 5 minutes.
It ain't the same as what
every even after the Cowboys lost, Shannon joking, stepping on toes like he always did. Them niggas is cool.
We don't like and make it work.
Yeah, and also that's what this is all about. The common person watches these people on TV and wants their interactions with people at work to be theirs. Them dudes is friends. There's always movements at Fox. There's every time you turn around, there's somebody on ESPN or Fox who used to be on this show that's not on here. You got Marcellus Wiley talking about how he not cool with these dudes now. You got Bomani Jones. It happened with there's so much movements. They don't have to fake be cool. Like the same way you say, oh, the energy never the same. It look exactly the same.
Better fake be cool.
In show business, you have to fake be cool.
Why does he have to fake be cool when he got a Shannon Sharp doing podcasts with T.I. and all of these, and he got pulled. He don't need Fox.
But his best check comes from Undisputed, though.
That's what I was gonna say next. Shannon not gonna be there once his contract up, but he has a contract, so they have to be cool for now. But Shannon,
but y'all making it seem like it's clear they don't fuck with each other. No, but like you can. No, it isn't clear because the same energy they once had, they still have. You're just objecting it because you want one thing to be true. That's what I'm saying.
I say you want them niggas to be bosom buddies, and they not.
No, I don't care. Like it would have.
Like, that was supposed to be Thanksgiving. I bet
they doing the same shit they always did. They doing the same jokes.
I can't say that. I can't say that they cool. I can't say that they not cool because I don't know if they was cool before all this happened. I don't know if they was friends before this happened. Skip Bayless picked the best personality to go against, and that's what it is. Like coworkers that hate each other always laugh together. Like you will always see that.
Like yo, them niggas giggled.
Yeah, like I've been in a break room with motherfuckers that hated each other and they would just share a slight laugh, even at some shit like Family Guy. You saw that last night? Oh, I did.
And laugh and shit I say. No funny.
It could be that. But any funny situation, you're gonna laugh. Even if you're mad as fuck and something funny happens, you will laugh. Like talking about Family Guy. All right, nigga.
That's
so
not, but
what?
that's not every situation. But that's the all right. So y'all like, oh, you could tell the energy ain't the same. There would be more of a strain of that though. There would be more of a blatant, oh, it's not there. But that doesn't
They're
exist.
trying to hide it. That's
What,
like,
what
okay.
makes you
let me
think
say
that
this.
if
Earlier-
Shannon Sharp
earlier
left
Jalen
Shannon
Rose-
left the organization as a football
Nigga
player
voice
that gave
cracking.
him a chance that he won Super Bowls with. He was the man who did that when he could have stayed with the team. So he's not some kind of guy to keep putting up with bullshit for something
also
he's
on
attached
contract.
to.
I
He
promise,
don't
I
have
promise the Fox contract is a little more ironclad. But Jalen Rose clearly subs Stephen A. Smith earlier and then call that man his brother. People lie in them corporate entities all the time, fam.
Especially show business.
So why? All right. So, but why does the lie have to be more of a fact than a possibility that they not beefing that much?
Because there's a lot of evidence that you're ignoring that they don't like each other.
You're ignoring evidence that they cool. You're just saying, oh no, that's not. Yeah, that's
oh they laugh.
Everybody fake get along, but they could be actually getting along.
What I'm looking at is the fact that before there was certain energy amount, like certain answers didn't have a tone. Like everyone, not everyone. Before you jump, a lot of Shannon's energy have a tone. Like his apology. I was gonna say his apology was clearly a fucking subliminal at Skip Bayless. Like the way he worded it and
I never
everything.
think about that. I ain't watching either though. I said I ain't never think about it, but I ain't even watch his apology either. So I got.
Oh yeah, if you watch it, the way he was wording shit, it's
no.
Clearly
he really did it. This is how you apologize. Apology.
Yeah, that's it was like a tutorial.
So if you agree with that, how could you say that the energy is not the same? I mean, it's the same.
Because all right, when you say the energy ain't the same, so Sealy, before you got on, we was talking about Martin. We was talking about the sitcoms, and we spoke about Martin season 5. You seen season 5 when him and Tisha Martin Campbell was going through it. It was clear he wasn't joking. His movement wasn't the same. All that stuff, right?
Wasn't in any scenes together.
They weren't in any scenes together, right? Now, Max and Stephen A. Right now, I'm somebody like because of when I get up for work. A lot of these shows I don't watch and indulge, but I see enough to see body language and stuff. Before the split happened with Max and Stephen A., it was evident. Stephen A. also admitted, like, hey, yeah, I didn't want to do this with Max no more. You know what I'm saying? You would there's clips of segments being cut off and size and XYZ. That was an energy is evident they don't want to work together kind of thing. Shannon can very well maybe he could be annoyed with Skip or whatever. Now, a little far back, you say you don't know if they're cool or not. No, they've done like those webcam shows, like the Hot Wings and stuff, where they eat. And they said they love each other, like they brothers, they real cool dudes and stuff. They all that type of stuff. Like you don't have to lie, Shannon. Like regardless of what you want to think about them, they can't.
You do have to lie.
Hold on, man. Tell me something. Let me just get this out the way.
Go ahead.
So. In those elements, like, yeah, you do have to lie a bit, but you don't have to go as far as to say that. You can just say somebody's a working friend or whatever. So when you say the energy is different, yeah, that apology thing is something you can point at and say the energy is different. But there's a lot that you can look at and say the energy is the same. There's ways they joke. There's certain trigger points and hot buttons that they would have said before. I think today Skip said a joke about like trolling LeBron James. Like they played into just like all old times. They could very well not be cool, but it's like y'all are choosing to say they obviously aren't cool because people do this all the time. I'm not saying y'all are wrong at all, but y'all are dismissing the possibility that they could even be cool. And what I'm thinking is,
I don't play defense, so I'm gonna pick a side. But I mean, you could be right. I mean, I don't know these niggas.
Yeah, it's just that I think what happens a lot, and I said this too. People, because we see people's interactions on TV more so, a lot of people like to play like a mental house almost about how they would act in a circumstance. And a lot of people know they would never put up with what Shannon puts up with. So in their mind, if Shannon anything like me, which I would define as the real nigga, he putting up with Skip until that contract is done because I need that bag. But at the end of the day, the things that we look at and say should bother us, like a man telling you not to put your glasses off or put your glasses on or whatever.
Yeah, put your
which,
glasses back.
Which somebody said to me, and I was like, you know what? It could be that. They was like, you could also hear that as something. Kevin Garnett said Kobe Bryant knew Matt Barnes wasn't going to hit him in the face with that basketball. That could have been his. You're not going to hit me in the face. Like we don't like each other on the court, but we really cool. You're not going to hit me in the face. He could. I'm not saying that's what Skip meant, but Skip could have very well been like, no, you my dog for real. You're not going to turn up on me like that and take your glasses off. But we look at it and say, ain't no white man in the workplace going to talk down to me or make no. And that's what happens a lot with these shows. A lot of things are hoish. A lot of things are fake.
He already
deny that.
He disrespected him before he say put your glasses back on.
Did.
So that kind of just adds to it.
And it's the tone of it, the put your, because if I say it to my mans, right, the tones go, man, put your glasses back.
Put your glasses on with a laugh or whatever. Yeah.
How he said it was like,
put your glasses on, nigga.
Yeah, like there was a hard ER, even though he didn't get to the nigger. Like, nah. But let me tell you why I say what I said, because how Shannon reacted to him cutting him off when he was talking about the tweet, it was different than somebody that's not at their wits end with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, it was a lot more energy than because I mean, on they show, the basis of they shows them cutting off each other. So, I mean, that's how you, but it just seemed like he's sick of Skip.
It's different this time.
Yeah, it's just and then to go to this apology which was clearly telling Skip how to be a man. But I mean, we won't know until contract renegotiation.
Because that's also with Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Like, Max Kellerman contract could have just been out, and then now we're starting to get a lot more blatant.
That's different because Stephen A. kind of runs ESPN. Skip niche. So they like Stephen A. had no need to pretend. Skip and Shannon kind of need to work that out, because it's not like Shannon can call the shots on it is Skip's show. So, but Skip also can't have the air that Stephen A. had with Max, because Skip run the show over at ESPN. Stephen A. run the show over at ESPN. And Skip doesn't have that kind of pull, at least it don't seem so, at Fox like that. And a lot of niggas don't like Skip at Fox. You could tell the other niggas though. A lot of niggas don't like Skip. In
the media more than likely doesn't like Skip. Like, Skip Skip has sold away any possibility of being in that upper echelon media, being in the Hall of Fame of media people. Like, and he did it for a reason. He thought he believed was good. But like, I'm at a point if I'm actually at a job where I can chase my dreams and this is my dream job, I'm more so a person that will fight to be the best at my job rather than sell for the money. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't sell that's
how I am. Yeah, I'd rather be competent than.
Like, if I'm at a job I don't care about, then all right, I'm not going to try to be the best in the world. But like, Skip just like threw away all the wants of being like the best media member. Yeah, and I think media people just.
And the thing with Skip too is like, what's unfortunate about him, because I feel like he's what I have respect for about him is he's so open with who he is that you can tell he probably would never, like, he the kind of guy you could say this stuff to, and then he probably come with a shrug, but he could acknowledge it. Like, he knows he's unlikable. Like, he's no, I think
that's what it is. I feel like it's so.
Skip is a horrible person, man.
No, I feel like that's who he is, but he's also the guy. Like, he's admitted. He's admitted that, like, as a kid, he always got in fights. Like, he was the guy who mouth got him jumped and types of shit. He spent a lot of time fighting as a kid, But I can overall what need to start happening, because Skip had that. He got the credentials. Like, he's not just some guy that got on TV arguing. No, Skip was covering these schools back in the day. Skip was
Cold Pizza was his show, right?
Yeah. But even before that, like he was
I think it's like a
a
reputable
guy.
Eagles reporter.
Yeah, he was in the Cowboys locker room. Like he was the guy Jerry Jones talked to and Troy Aikman
But he
and
threw that all
and
away, is what I'm saying.
yeah, exactly. Like
But
he, you know,
that's what Fly said. He threw that all away he threw away the integrity
right,
for the bag because
right.
now like you Skip can't carry nothing by himself.
Nah. And he gives me that vibe of somebody that anytime somebody's cool with him, mentions his name in the group, like a 5 people, 4 of them people kind of groan, and the other person's like indifferent because they don't want to be that guy. Like it might be against their integrity to talk about somebody who's not there, but it's a general consensus that nobody. Like I feel like Stephen A. Skip, the few guests they might have on First Take, fuck with them. But one thing, like if somebody who watches these shows, Nick Wright and Colin Cowherd, like Nick Wright will be on Colin Cowherd's show. You know what I'm saying? They'll reference Colin Cowherd on Nick Wright's show. Colin Cowherd will reference Cruz Broussard and Kevin Wildes, who's on First Things First. Nobody else really says, yeah, I was on the phone with Skip last night. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't hear those personal
co-workers with
yeah. I think Skip is the ultimate coworker. Like I could see him at a Christmas party, him and his wife come through, everybody cordial, they leave, and then everybody turn up.
And then everybody, there's no you kind of just in the corner watching.
Skip got 2 people in this world, his wife and Lil Wayne. One of them died. So
nobody boasts a friendship like he talks about him and Lil Wayne being friends, bro.
Because that's his only friend. Yo, I give it to I put it like this, going back to Shannon and Skip. I don't know. Were you watching the Joe Budden pod? Like, were you paying attention?
I know I got horrible continuity issues, but I know enough about Joe Budden pod. Like I've watched episodes. I could watch a highlight reel of 8 classic moments and seen 80% of them.
Yeah, okay. So if you, because I mean, I listened to until the breakup. I listened to every episode. You could tell before
when Mal and them was leaving.
Yeah, you could tell before the actual breakup. Maybe 50 might be a lot. 50 episodes, maybe 30 episodes that Rory and Joe weren't friends no more.
Yeah,
but they still had to. But you could tell, and then if somebody had said it at that time. There could have been a nigga like you, like, well, nah, they're still interacting in this way, but you could tell the energy wasn't. It was different. It was different.
The only edge on that I would say before, because we kind of wrapped this one up, Paul, is that when you look back, there are clips of Rory. Like I remember there was one clip where Rory was like, "Oh, we could just fucking fight right now," and everybody laughed. But they
2 episodes before he got kicked off. But he was saying shit like that for a while. It just at that point he was at his end, which is what I said about.
Yeah, and that's what like if I saw something where like Skip had made a joke that Shannon would have normally like made a joke back about, like he said something about LeBron and Shannon like did a fake laugh and like clenched his teeth and the camera caught him rolling his eye, I'd be more inclined to say so. But I feel like it just hasn't been as, but it very well may be like that because I hate you 2 broke ass niggas and we do this twice a week. So,
Your mother still got sickle cell?
No, nigga, you getting wick and you a single man. So you a bitch ass nigga.
That didn't match up with you would have said a broke ass nigga. That would have felt like, all right, that's why I'm getting wick. I'm getting wick because I'm a bitch. Huh?
Don't you go with a white girl?
Yeah.
Next subject.
You never brought her home because your family would judge her, but
you're always you're gonna say that.
That's how I know I don't care about money. Miles, I bet on Miles Turner to get more than 7 rebounds in this bitch ass nigga.
He don't care about money.
You don't care about
money. His Brooklyn shirt.
I'm irresponsible.
Mr. 7 calls a day.
I ain't sold one in like a week. I've been in the drought. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, Shaq on the Celtics finally.
Yeah, man.
I got an appointment tomorrow. Though. I'm about to sell a new one. Fuck niggas. Speaking of Shaq on the Celtics, I mentioned this in the chat, but I didn't go over the list with the guys because we wanted an authentic reaction. Let me pull it up. So every year in the NBA, what happened?
I said I don't like the prep. I just, man. I was from the wild out. I was like, yo, just spring it on me. That's insane. Don't
Why would you say what you was gonna say? Like we not
because it was so wild. I had to tell
You felt
niggas
the
how it
same.
was wild.
Like you owed it to the game to let us get a joke on. I know.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
go ahead and get it. I mean,
You
but I
got
let
me.
niggas know, like, I'm not saying it, but this, I mean, get your jokes off, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
this one
saying
could
it.
have.
Hypothetically
This one
speaking,
coulda-
if I
yeah.
wasn't a man with self-respect. So
Yeah, wow.
This also has nothing to do with Shaq on the Celtics, by the way.
nothing.
Like your transitions. is
Hey,
good.
shout out
Tough.
to the homies Mike and Mo, and we just the messages part, but it took a lot out of me to not do segues. I had to remember I was just company. I was about that hostile takeover this shit.
And when I was on Wisdom Pod, because it's a more serious pod, I had to not pause so many things, man.
Yo, in regular work life,
it
is I can't.
Listen, I be pausing myself at work, and like old people don't be realizing what I'm talking about. So they be like respecting the pause, like they hold their ear like he about to say something vital. Oh,
One time somebody said play. All right, man, never mind, bro.
Also, I've never been invited on the podcast like Celia and Jordan.
Well, because
you just local. You just local like Q and Juice, nigga.
What's the third chick on Destiny's Child? You're Michelle.
Okay. Don't compare us to Destiny's Child. Man.
Yeah, you're Michelle.
We know who Beyonce is, nigga. To me,
we know who the nigga who was dancing on Magic Johnson. That's it.
Wow.
At the BET Awards.
I just that's you. You Michelle. So they gave.
Hey, now why you bring that up? Because then if that make us have to compare to who they was dancing to, nigga, you just really good metaphors.
Now you saying niggas who was on Terrace House?
Yeah, like bro, we can't talk about who had the best verse on Survivor. You know what I'm saying? It had to go there.
You're the nigga. Hey, I was the motherfucker that didn't make it to work that day.
Anyway,
let's get to the top 10.
That's why niggas invite you on.
Something I thought should have been going on for a while.
Nigga with AIDS.
Insane, bro. I wouldn't have went on stage if I was sure. Like, why she keep going, man? Nah, yo, y'all not gonna disrespect me. There's so many people in the crowd. You could send him back and get somebody. That's insane. I'd have told them no. Michelle definitely don't know how to say no. She ain't want to go to LaToya Lucky route. LaToya said no one time. It was like, all right, say no at home.
Definitely about to lose another child. Hey, so every year the NFL at the end of the season they vote the top 100 players. I think it's a dope concept because all the writers and shit get to give their opinions or whatever. And all players like to feel like they word is law when it comes to saying who's the best and whatnot. But when they do it, it's funny because you see exactly why players shouldn't vote on the Hall of Fame or shouldn't
players
give
are so stupid
because they're so biased. They're so appreciative of the general athlete's work ethic and whatnot that they overrate him. For instance, Tyreek Hill said, I mentioned this on another part, that Christian Kirk, who is a good wide receiver, is a top 5 wide receiver in the league. There's probably like 12 better wide receivers than that guy in the league. And if you know anything about football, you did like that when I said that he said that. But anyway, so the NBA Players Association voted on the top 50. And here's the best 10 players according to them.
Is this in order?
Nah.
Like 10 to 1?
And I may be misinterpreting, right, but I'm gonna read exactly how the graphics votes.
Go 10 to 1. Like I want
it don't rank it, but I'm gonna read the tweet so there's no misinterpretation. It says nominated by the NBA Players Association, the first 10 players to secure their spot in the Top Shot 50 here. So this means the most frequent names, basically they're de facto top 10. Right. The graphic right here. The graphic says the players are voted. The first 10 players who define the season are set in the Top Shot 50. Anthony Davis, Devin Booker, John Morant, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, SGA, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, Luka Doncic, and Steph Curry. SGA, Jaylen Brown, no Joker, no Giannis.
See, that's It's
So now, because I was wondering, is this based off this year? Because like Jaylen Brown's doing great and Shay's doing, but then Jokic is like the leader for MVP, so that's interesting.
It.
I thought you was gonna wild out because you ain't hear LeBron name.
Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron. Also, Anthony Davis over LeBron is crazy too.
Yeah, I thought you was going
Because
like
LeBron been
crazy.
averaging 30 this year, and Anthony
Yeah,
Davis been hurt.
It's so weird. It's a solid list, but it's weird.
I want to
Got Devin
know.
Booker in a spot that you could have gave to Jokic, Giannis, LeBron. Like somebody could have won in Devin Booker's.
See, the thing to me, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna get exactly what I want. I might forget. The thing to me that makes it interesting is that, like I said, players are more biased towards ethic and whatnot. We're still at a point in the season where some teams haven't played each other. Where, you know what I'm saying, a team might have played once. You got those cross-conference guys, the only teams that only play twice a year. They might have played once, and their best player was sitting, but you played the Thunder twice, and SGA averaged 32, 5, and 6 against you. So he's in your mind, but Giannis, who's been on a spree, you didn't play him, so you don't think about him. You don't. It's so many different factors, but that list is wrong. The players are wrong, and their words should not be law. There's a reason that, like I said, even though it's a flawed system sometimes, but you know, journalists and writers or whatnot get to vote on the Hall of Fame and get to vote on these MVP awards because I don't understand the criteria. It's not even like you look at all these guys and say, okay, all of them on a playoff team. No, some of these guys are on the lottery team. Or close to.
Insane. Yo, you know who's been having a great year? Fucking Kyrie. Kyrie been fucking balling.
Kyrie been hooping, but he just got into, and I'm gonna say this, but I don't want to cut off because I think Flea has something to say. But Kyrie, without KD, is just he got a win the other night, but it was against the Warriors who haven't been that good. He hasn't been turning them into wins. KD is clearly their winner.
Yeah, it was like 0-4 before that.
Yeah, but what's up, Fly?
My bad, bro.
It will be. Kyrie is like the prototypical person that players will vote for. Like players love Kyrie. Like they're always gonna come out and support Kyrie. So it is interesting that he wasn't on there too.
They're not allowed to. That's why nobody really talking about him.
And that's also another thing. Like Kyrie is never gonna get voted nothing by media members no more. Like it's over for him. Because like they got the Clutch Player of the Year award this year. And that nigga, he's been the best clutch player this year, but you'd be crazy to think the media is gonna get this nigga the chance to get that award. But that's what it's like being black, being you know.
What you call him?
No, I didn't say I ain't even finish it. Shut the fuck up, because I ain't even finished it.
You called him Brian Pumper.
Anthony Davis been great, but I don't think he's been better than LeBron. Devin Booker's been good, but I don't think he's been better than LeBron.
He ain't been better than Donovan Mitchell.
Or Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, Donovan Mitchell. Jaylen Brown shouldn't be on that list, even though I mean he's good. I could see Tatum.
If you're not a Kobe and Shaq 1-2, your number 2 shouldn't be on no top 10 kind of list, bro. Yeah, and I think that's something that niggas gotta like.
They've been trying to force that since Scottie Pippen.
Scottie Pippen was a top 10 player in the 90s.
Yeah, Robin is a top 10 Justice League member. Shut the fuck up.
When you make a comparison with two superheroes versus basketball, I guess
we gotta talk about Scottie Pippen one day. We gotta talk about the 90s one day. Like we gotta
talk about Scottie. Now Scottie don't get the respect he deserves.
Scottie does get the respect. People say Michael Jordan wouldn't have any rings if it wasn't for Scottie. That's a lot of respect.
A minority of people say that.
No, that was like
people act like Scottie was nothing.
He wouldn't have as many. Jordan would have got a ring. Like, cause we're not doing that. Jordan would have got a ring or two by himself.
Exactly. Because he was so great and the 90s wasn't that good.
There's always been waves of respect and disrespect. And there's like, you gotta be real, you got to talk pre-LeBron championships, post-LeBron. And I'm not making it about him, but that was one of the reasons. A lot of people, whenever they talk, GOAT conversation started creeping up. people would say, well, you can't say Jordan without Pippen. He had none of those rings without Scottie Pippen. You would hear that kind of stuff. You do see a lot of last dance disrespect because of how he was portrayed in X, Y, Z. So there's been waves. There have been people who gave him his respect. There have been people who took it away. But at the same
There's
time,
been more Scottie disrespect.
there are players who took it away from Scottie as well. Larry Johnson, famous quote is Scottie Pippen's best play is passing it to Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was people who thought less of Scottie Pippen too.
Yo, Scottie also benefited from playing with Michael Jordan. Like,
But if people spoke as highly of Scottie, then that would be an argument to bring up. Like, yeah, he benefited because he was a Mike. But I think over the years, Scottie Pippen, like recently, he's gotten more respect. But Scottie was a punching bag.
Stole his respect recently because he went on like a weirdo tour for like 2 years. Future fucked this chick, and he just fell apart.
Scottie disrespect.
Scottie kind of was a punching bag for him. Like Scottie, the migraine thing, the pouting because of Tony Kukoc got the last shot or whatever. Like
yeah, he's a weirdo.
He was getting pushed around worse in those Bad Boys Pistons beat down sessions. Like I think, you know, Scottie
the core players from the years from the early 90s, they don't talk about, like, even when Isaiah talk about Michael Jordan, he clearly don't like Michael Jordan, but there's respect there because it's Michael. Like, niggas just think Scottie's a weirdo. Like,
but that emboldens my point though, because people shit on
me. Shut up.
Y'all got the same nose, so you bringing out the big words to defend them.
You know what's funny? I was at the doctor's one day and I had on like it was a Scottie Pippen caricature shirt, and she was like, "Oh, he kind of looks like you." I was like, "Bitch." Shit pissed me off.
Just increase my T cell count and get the fuck out of here. Sealy, you didn't laugh. The T cell count is what HIV destroys, by the way.
No, I didn't even hear it. I was saying I was gonna tell him he looked like Scottie Pippen's son and he don't know his dad, so it could, like, you can't tell me like
my joke was better. I'm upset you didn't hear that
part. It was, bro.
It was, you ruined a good laugh meme for the pod. It was if it was in person, we all would have spread apart and laughed and did that.
Kind of thing. Silly would have just been sitting there waiting.
Was that age joke?
Yeah, it was.
Okay. Yeah, you got AIDS, nigga. Yeah.
I mean, it's not funny when you actually say it.
Yeah,
without the punchline.
It's kind of mean. You know what I'm saying? We should embrace.
What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Anyway,
AIDS no.
Back to the top 10 of current day. My fault. We got a little sidetracked. But yeah, what you think about the list, Lee?
I just told you.
Oh, yeah.
No Jokic, crazy. No LeBron. Jokic is clearly the best player this year, and he's leader in MVP this year. So for him not to even be on the list, I'm not even asking for him to be top 3, even though it's not ranked. But like to not even be top 10 is crazy.
I don't want Jokic to win MVP just because.
I pray you do. Just to see the niggas, man.
He's going to. I think.
They don't got Luka on that list.
Who?
I got Luka.
Yeah, Luka he was the last one.
Okay.
I don't want him to because I feel like of all the players who didn't the Jordans, the LeBrons, the even Shaqs, like he the guy y'all give 3 in a row to after Larry Bird. Like it's just one of them things. You already got people who like, and it's just we all got one thing one to 5 things we bitch about, the what ifs. We all got a couple of them. Joel Embiid would have won that first fucking MVP if he didn't get hurt. It was his to win. And anybody who says it wasn't just don't like the nigga. Joel Embiid would have won that MVP. Exactly. Because you got that European nose and you be rooting for all these white dudes.
They shouldn't be the best players then.
You go with a white girl that look like Jokic. So I
don't have a white girl audience that look like Jokic.
A wild nigga.
If you look back the last 20 years or so, who deserved 3 straight MVPs? Maybe LeBron is the only one. Huh?
You going against LeBron?
I mean, all right, let's look at it. 2000. Let's look at like after the Cleveland years, because like Kobe won in like 08 and shit like that, right? So I look past that. It was So let's say like Miami. The first years in Miami, D Rose won. I think it probably should have went to Dwight, but I was okay with that. And then the year after that, Kevin Durant won, and it's like that's also cool that he won that. So I don't think it was blatant that he should have won 3 MVPs in a row.
I mean, Michael Jordan won 3 championships in a row. Like, it's the best player on the best teams. You could have argued it during that time. I'm not going to I don't have everybody in front of me to look at their seasons and pick apart. And then plus, if you do it on the spot, I kind of feel like I just pick a name. Like, man, you can argue Paul Pierce had 3 straight MVP years. Yeah, niggas. But, yeah.
Paul Pierce haven't won this.
That's the only nigga that will argue that.
Also, Shaq haven't won. It's hilarious, too.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that's where it comes from. That's where, like, I think a lot of resentment. You can never justify hating, but sometimes hating is a little warranted. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he's the guy that get to win 3 in a row. Like, he deserves them. He's a great player. He's amazing. I'm glad that the center position has evolved into this. Not that everybody's going to be this way, but that this isn't just some gimmick guy. This is the center in the NBA. But at the same time, it's like, man, he the one. And then what I feel like isn't gonna come with it is the criticism of that. Because if he loses this year, if he doesn't win a championship, we gotta treat him a certain way. And I think that's the thing that a lot of black people like, because it is a racial thing. Like, it is weird seeing these white guys hoop like this and the step backs and crossover. Like, nigga, only we get to travel on step back jumpers, nigga. But I do feel like if Luka, you can argue he don't got the help or whatever, but Jokic is the best player on his team, leading them to the conference finals or whatever. Like, if he don't win a championship after this year, we got to treat him like a bum a little bit. Like, we got to call him names. We got to say, is the Joker a joke?
I think it comes down to supporting cast with Jokic because he showed up and he's performed great. But you looked at his cast before, it was like it's either they wasn't great enough or they was injured. So I think when you look at Jokic and you look at the system of Jokic, you know that they can win games. I think if you lose this one, it's a matter of retooling the Nuggets to make it better rather than, it being on Jokic.
I feel like, Jason Tatum choked. Pause. He turned the ball over in a clutch moment.
Watch game with you because the Celtics ain't even playing tonight. So
yeah, they are. Niggas 97-95, Miami and Boston.
Miami and Boston. That's disgusting.
Right. Yo, look at what you watching on Pornhub.
Yeah, I'm edit this out. What else is going on? We spoke about with DJ Envy.
I was gonna say Blueface and Krishan having a child, and listen
I'm gonna tackle that bitch if I see her.
Yo, down some steps.
Don't let me be around some stairs around.
Let me tell you something, and I'm not joking about this. I know we like to have fun, and sometimes I'll be Mr. Rain on the joke parade, but one of the worst things happen in the Black community is women not immediately making sure their friends abort their children. A lot of women, if y'all were the good friends y'all thought y'all were, y'all wouldn't have as many nieces and nephews and goddaughters and godsons as you have, because they shouldn't be here. And there's no reason if the most pro-lifer would see Krishan and say, man, please get a vacuum, all right?
They're definitely letting Krishan through the picket without yelling at him. Oh, yeah, come there. Yeah, go.
Hey,
go. Go.
They give her an hors d'oeuvre.
Yeah, go.
Did we spray paint your car? Oh, my fault. Let's you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a brother. He can buff that out. You're not a whore.
Yeah, because that baby, there's no universe where that baby is. First off, that baby gonna see them maybe twice a week.
Yeah,
it's gonna be smoke in that baby's crib.
That baby gonna be rolling dice.
Go ahead and ride the vacuum, sweetheart.
Yeah,
nobody going.
I don't know the sound of the Morpheus machine make. I don't know.
Ride
Yes, you
that,
do, nigga.
ride that Hoover.
Yeah.
I mean a Swiffer wet jet.
Nah,
It's
Doctor
still fun watching
Umar.
them though.
Yeah,
Like people say this is terrible watching. This is not fun. It's just gonna be not fun because there's gonna be a baby involved. But I still laugh at them being
you know
terrible
who is
examples of
not
human
funny
beings.
too? It's not funny to people who could be in that scenario, maybe. I don't know. But to a nigga like me who would never be there, this is great comedy.
It was hilarious at a point, but at when you're vacuuming glass out of nigga hair, like at that point,
Because you just
stop.
used to shake it.
Maybe.
You used to shake it out your head.
Like,
But this is what they
why'd
got
you break
into.
the window on his head? And you live in his house.
This is what they wanted though. Like I'm not gonna shit on the people in Jackass for jumping off a building and landing on the top of their head. Like this is what they wanted.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, thing with Jack is like they were celebrated for that. At this point, it's like I say now it's like 70-30 where people are like, are y'all fucking retarded? Like,
oh no, it's
like,
all of us. But it's just some people that are like, this is comical. You know what I'm saying?
That's still laughing at it. But now it's like when you watch a train wreck, like son, you can't look away. But when they start pulling the bodies out, it's not the same. Yeah, like you start seeing the blood and like somebody's thrown out the window with the fucking glass and
he did the dead body.
Speaking of pulling bodies out, get the abortion. No.
Yeah,
but Silly was right.
Yeah,
honestly. No, he's right though. And where we gotta be real about that kind of shit, like we gotta stop making things that's not funny in the beginning. When people talk about like you see people, so you think Blue Sean and them crazy. You should see me and my ex, like, bro, don't glorify that kind of shit. Yeah, you one of them. But like that's where it start. Like people think that shit
kind of give you a chance to explain shit.
Nah, you scumbag.
I've been toxic with all my exes, but nobody's busting over my head.
So but real, but like at some point that shit just can't be cool. And I feel like it's going on because somebody always want to make an excuse about mental health or she's a victim or she suffer abandonment issues. First off, why are the effects that women show from mental issues or childhood trauma and all that shit the only ones that's excused? I'm not saying the nigga ain't a piece of shit, but if a nigga lashes out against women because he had a horrible upbringing with a mother or whatever, that's a result of his upbringing too, and that need to be treated as such. Like I said, I'm not making excuses for no scumbag activity, but like it can't be always this on one way. But really,
mental health. But yo, you know what's funny?
All of it.
She's wasted goodwill because at first people felt bad for her.
Yeah.
Then they started televising it more and more, and you realize she's a lot of the problem.
Yeah, and and that's where like a lot of things that sound bad to say and maybe are still when you get in that, like there are people who've seen relationships where like a dude be smacking his woman around or whatever, and then they see like Blueface where he begs her to leave him, or they fight each other, or there's women who will get dumped by these niggas and they'll leave her and she'll go find them. After a while, you don't feel bad for her. And you supposed to sound bad for saying that. But no, if this nigga offered you 100 bands to leave him,
at a certain point, it's a fetish. Like some people
exactly.
Some people like that shit. And hey, if you like it, I love it. Like, I'm not finna keep jumping in front of the bullet.
At some point, you're not a victim.
Yeah, and you like the bullet. Oh, okay, my bad. Yeah. Go ahead and get knocked around, and then you do it to him, and then he clearly does not like her.
Yeah.
Like, something. I think she got secrets. I think that's what it is. I think she got his darkest secret, at least one of them. And she like, I'll tell everybody if you don't let me back.
They definitely got something going on, but like to whereas the only ending I really see for them is Here's what's gonna happen. One of them is gonna turn their life around completely, and the other one's still gonna be who they are.
I don't see it.
Or it's
I
a
don't see
sad
it, though.
demise for both of them.
I
Because-
think a common misconception, and especially today, that I hate that we also got to talk about with like mental health and that type of stuff is people now think just because you deal with mental health issues that you can't be held accountable.
Yeah, no.
Like before, like Jeffrey Dahmer's in prison, was in prison for a reason. Like they just didn't say, he fucked up because he mentally ill. Keep
Insanity
him
doesn't
free.
work much. Like
Yeah.
you can be crazy. We have a cell for you.
Yeah.
But also stop posting her damn old volleyball pics. Like
Yes.
like D Rose highlights. Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
He
see
ruined
that?
her.
And that's why I had a crush on her. Like, and she fell apart. It's like in the last maybe year and a half, son. She is different. It's different. It's very different, son. You know what? You know what? What though? One of the differences is that everything is televised now. Because I feel like if a camera was following Bobby and Whitney around, then it would be the same thing.
and they crack crimes, not what they did a little later on. But that I would have
They
loved
were
that.
fake sober.
That'd been great.
And they crack years and they crack era. Yeah, I'm sure it was the same type of fuckery.
There's more talent in the house. It's
Yeah,
a
that's
nice
also
nice
the
singing.
difference. Yeah, that's also the difference. They were two powerhouses, and
Yeah, because why is she on the red carpet? Like she's fighting
Yeah.
people. So, but why is she on the red carpet to begin with? It's the enabling.
can't take her nowhere. Like you swinging on somebody on the red carpet, fam. Pregnant. You done had 2 fights documented since you told us you was pregnant 3 days ago.
That's that
Stay
Dr. Umar for good shit.
for good. And yo, the first time I heard the for good, I didn't agree. Now I couldn't agree more. With Thanos, snap the finger for the niggas.
Yeah, I never saw a
Yeah.
problem with it.
50% of them gone. Probably more. Probably if you get 60, 65% of the Negroes, the niggas.
We could prosper.
Especially if this happened before reparations, because that could be a lot more money to people like me, not as much as y'all who are responsible people for the black race.
Yo, reparations would ruin certain people.
Listen, man, we saw what PPP loans did. We saw how little people turn their lives around with that shit. You think niggas is gonna make something out of reparations? Tell me one nigga you know that paid off one reasonable loan with their PPP loan.
Bruh, let me tell you about me personally. I ain't say I got PPP. I'm saying I got my student loan check refund back. Do you think that shit went to my student loan? But I mean, that's common among all Americans, though.
Not one
But
nigga.
PPP, I've seen people be up one week and the next week.
Not one nigga lied about their PPP business, like their business to get a PPP, and then open the business.
Nope.
Not one. There was no uptick in LLCs. None of that, man. Niggas got it. There was more IG photos than LLC applications,
100%.
and that's why I just snap the finger, Umar. Fuck that.
Are y'all for reparations?
If it gotta be like case by case basis, bro.
I would do reparations just because it'll piss off white people. Yeah, that's really the only reason I'm for it. Because white people are, they're shit bricks. They start giving niggas money for slavery.
But I just hate the niggas who be like, nah, we don't need reparations and shit like
that. We should get reparations. But if you riding around with a license plate with like
Cowboys on
it. Yeah. But if you make like having a Haitian mother your identity, then nah, you shouldn't get reparations. Nigga, go. Yeah.
I mean, that was American slaves benefit for Haiti's slaves though. So
that was all part of the transatlantic. Well, I guess
nah. This for us, nigga. West Side.
Man, son,
like Avon.
I'm gonna have to tell you, me and my people's from Alabama.
I just say you don't got the license plate though. You know what I'm saying?
You also got a license plate. or a car
Yeah,
to
he
put it
don't.
on.
Yeah.
Or,
His
Now
shit
I
look
got
like
a
a
car.
getaway
It
vehicle.
took my tag because here's the thing. It took my license, but they left me with the car. But I drove away from the courthouse. I drove to and from every court date. So then sooner or later, they pulled me over 6 times in 3 months. And so yeah, at some point they was like, yeah, we're gonna take your tag or we're taking you. Take the tag, I guess.
Yeah,
But
kill
yeah,
black people, like Silly said, for good.
honestly,
Good.
hey, listen, they not gonna like to hear it, but yeah, I mean, the niggas with the hard ER, the niggers, get them all gone, man.
And it's
The
easy to
ones that's
find them.
the ones that's gonna get they reparations and not gonna buy one shoe for their kid, like not gonna fix the roof. Like I mean, you gonna get the if you get your reparations and go get the carton of Newports, die. Snap the finger.
The box to be
Snap
like
the
$79.
Yeah, you go, ooh, I'm finna kill him with this.
Nah.
And then you selling Lucy's, die.
Yeah, out of here.
Out of here.
What else is there?
Oh, yeah. Just said niggas die.
That's a good little hustle, son. I might buy a car and then sell it.
Niggas slandered them. Then hold on, they might be on to something.
Nigga thought of the logistics of it.
Hold up, never mind. Edit that out.
I'm gonna be at $79 by the third pack. And I don't smoke. So
Nigga said I'm recouping 630%.
yeah, that's okay. Yeah, go ahead, edit that out because I might, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't want you snatched away.
We gonna monopolize the cigarette market. Yeah.
Honestly.
Hey, y'all in the laugh. So I was just fidgeting my hand. I had the cord or whatever here. Pause. This is terrible.
Oh,
But I just realized my mic wasn't even plugged up the whole pod.
Oh, what you been on the camera microphone?
Yeah. Oh well.
I wouldn't.
I'm gonna equalize this shit. Another topic. I don't know.
What else we had in the?
Like I said, I mentioned everything because it could be a joke, but we got another one.
Wait, what's going on? I had scrolled past it in the group chat.
Envy DJ Envy wife going on a 20-day girls trip.
What's wrong?
Yeah, yeah, all right. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that for her.
Oh, yeah.
That for her.
Right.
She's gonna go her back, flam.
Her chiropractor already got an appointment set for 21 days from now.
Y'all think women just can't go on trips just to? It's very sexist for y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Sure.
Of course,
I know,
from the
I'll be
two
that.
dark-skinned people.
They both gonna be cheating though, because he be cheating and then I ain't gonna shit on the chick DJ Envy's a nasty nigga, son. He's not a good person at all, fam. You see how he talk to them niggas? They Desus and Miro when they came, my wife. They made one little joke, son. You cheated on her in front of the world. Yeah, I went on that show.
They did apologize in front of the world.
Yeah, I did like an apology tour. She's like, I didn't know DJ Envy. Yeah, you did. Shut up.
It's just like 2 months ago, she put out like a book about how he never made an orgasm, and now she on a 20-day trip.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she gonna be in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
A nigga named Dexter gonna be cooking.
Her neck getting stepped on, bro. It's like nasty stuff.
A nigga named Winston finna be terrible.
All the stuff she thought was nasty, she gonna come back proficient in.
Yeah, she gonna come back spitting in mouths.
She gonna tilt her head back when he go to kiss her. He gonna be like, "What are you doing? Oh, I thought you was gonna spit. Why would I do that?"
She gonna come back with a couple kinks she ain't had 2 years ago. Like, yo, put your finger in my butt.
Rubber plantain on my neck. Huh? I don't even eat those. Never mind.
First off, Silly, that's
so she gonna come back with a
sound
red stripe. She will come back with a case of red stripe. Half the case gonna be gone though. She ain't drink those.
Yeah.
I think y'all being sexist, man.
White.
Women could do stuff like this.
I mean, she was fucking.
What you say?
When your chick come back with white Henny, she was fucking while she was gone.
Yeah.
Nigga named Winston. It's
Yeah,
disgusting.
it's definitely a nigga named Winston that took her to the spot. She ain't find the spot by herself.
A Damien or something like that, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Theo.
Yeah, nah, that's outlandish, man. That's
20 days.
25.
All
Man.
right, Jordan.
She not even at that point, she not even like she not even
That's
planning
how
to
you
cheat.
think.
She just gonna
You
get
live
it. She's just gonna do it as she go.
Jordan,
Yeah.
let's say your wife said the girls is going out 20-day trip. You feel me? Headed to I don't fuck some place. Would you be like, I forbid it? Yeah, look how this sound.
Oh no, I'm gonna just let her know. Like I'm gonna be wilding while you gone. Like, yeah,
That's
like now, if
fucked
she
up.
said that because she's just telling me, like, this is gonna be one of them shootouts. Like Jamal Murray, 51 points, Donovan Mitchell, 40 points.
See,
Like, that's
see, I've never been like married, but when I think about it like
it's
this,
legal
that's
now.
kind of like that was hilarious.
It was.
Because you're gay. I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what?
Yeah, you have a
Yeah.
boyfriend. I can
Yo,
go ahead and go to the
I was insinuating the sexuality wasn't the norm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Wait,
You
the
don't like
norm?
girls. Is what
The
you're saying.
norm? You
Yeah.
said homosexuality is not normal?
I mean, it's not biologically like
All right, man.
Come on.
Like I said, I asked the
you
question.
can't make a
Yeah.
baby in the butt. So if you having sex to reproduce, but sex has become like a casual, but I mean the biological reason for sex is reproduction,
All right.
and you cannot make a baby in a butt. But I mean, live your life.
Yeah, it feels like marriage is ruling over somebody. So you kind of stripping away people's experiences. Like if you told your wife, nah, no 20-day girls trip, or you hang it over her head and coerce her with, yeah, I'm gonna be wilding if you go on a 20-day trip, then that's kind of like fucked up.
Well, if marriage is a two-way street, then it should be a discussion. You can't
Yeah,
just
no,
come to me,
like-
yo, on for 20 days out of our married life. Like
That's very small.
You know how the optics of some shit look. Like, all right, we know that they relationship they be wilding a little bit. We know like the whole orgasm thing or whatever. Now, if my wife really wanted to go on a trip with her homegirls or whatever, like 20
my wife
days.
go out with her homegirls
20
for 2 hours.
days, bro.
If
20
my
days.
my wife go with her homegirls for 2 hours, son. The locks exchange where you come 20 days, fam.
20.
Don't come back, son.
20
Don't come
in
back
a cup, like all jokes aside, couple days, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, like, but like 20 days, like I said, that's you just taking it what the game gives you at that point. Like you at the bar, some nigga bumping to you by accident, she taking them back to the villa, dog.
Yeah,
Like,
fam. Like you haven't as by day 10. Yeah, I mean, y'all been drinking.
oh, y'all playing
day.
2-3 zone? Got you. Say less. Like that's
you with your thought homegirls. They don't like me. Like, nah, fam, you not finna. Oh, he's cute. I bet.
Yeah.
So would that legit be something you worried about for 20 days?
Yes.
Yeah.
Day one.
Yeah. What do you mean?
By the 20th day, I'm a wreck.
Bro, not
If
to
she
mention,
don't
like you
answer
gotta
the
think.
phone- If there's any point she don't answer the phone, the marriage is done.
Yeah. Dog, like
in
by
my
I know I could tell Celie by like day 4, Celie is making up exactly what happened. Yeah, you
Dog.
can't pick up the phone, a nigga pouring Kool-Aid down your back, you dirty
Man,
bitch. Like
me and
he done
Aisha
came
broke
up with
up. Me and Aisha broke up one time because she went. Where she went? Oh, she went to one of them exotic locales, maybe Trinidad.
Detroit.
With a
Silly.
this nigga girl with the
is
Pontiac
relative.
mission talking about
Nah, look,
take
she
me
went.
back.
A girl's trip to Detroit is we breaking up for
Yeah.
just because of that. Like,
But you
not
ain't
finna
bring
cheat
me
on
back
me
no
with
heroin and
Detroit,
no scam Bible. We are done.
Detroit is sick. Detroit is sick. Nah, yo, we definitely broke up because she didn't answer the phone. And the text that, like, when I read the text back after we had, like, so I was wilding because I definitely accused her of blowing beef in somebody's bar. Like, oh, you not because you fucking hoe,
Dog.
whore.
See, this
Like,
is what
I
you
was
could
on
be,
there
Jordan.
wild.
That's
So,
true.
you're
Like,
right.
so
My
why
date-
even get married?
dog. By day
if
20,
you
the insults are in a different accent. All right, I sound like a
Yeah.
Sopranos character. You whore.
You're dead.
You hear that tone? I tells this broad. She's fucking dead.
Yo,
Nah, I'm saying like you
I'm
stripping
definitely
away
violating her both by day
experiences.
15.
What'd you say, please?
You stripping away experience with people, the people you say that you really love, like to
20-day
say not.
girls trip. Nigga, I'm very specific with what I say. I said a girls trip is cool. 20 days?
20
Yeah,
days
so
is
they-
He wrote a
Man.
book saying I couldn't make her come, and we've been together since
bro.
I'm talking
Walmart had
about
lobsters
you.
in it, nigga.
I'm talking about your life, nigga.
Oh, for me? Oh, 20 days? No, I wouldn't do it.
That's
that's more of a
crazy.
that's more of a like we wouldn't be apart for 20 days. Like me and my wife do everything
That's
together.
like,
And it's
why
not
get
even-
married if you about to be apart for 20
And
days?
so and yeah, like
Nigga, 20 days is short
no, it isn't.
Okay, so let me ask you, if bro was
in
like,
the marriage
yo,
line.
no, let me ask you. So
We
if your
together
man
12
was
years.
like, I'm finna
Shut
go
the
to
fuck up.
Thailand.
Say, all right, enough. No more
You ain't gonna let me
questions,
get my
nigga.
question.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No,
If your man,
I'm
if your
talking
man-
over you.
If your man was like, yo, I'm going to Thailand with the boys for 20 days, you finna let him and Dwight Howard. Like, if it's him,
Is that young buck on the FaceTime? Nah,
That's
so
what I'm saying.
that's a sick crew. Say,
It don't matter
Dwight Howard.
how inseparable you think you and your wife are. Let's say her college friends or whatever, younger friends, they want to get together, reunion, 20 days. She like, yeah, this is going to be tough for her too, but this is something she want to experience. Is that something you willing to take away because insecurity?
as a
Yes.
grown man answer, no way out of this scenario. Like we're not shortening the time. 20 days. If she wanted to do it, sure. Like
But
I'm confident
you'd be
in
highly
me.
upset.
No, I'm confident in me knowing me, like my wife, like, nah, that wasn't going down. But as far as like what's gonna happen with Envy Wife, she gonna be put, it's gonna look like at the end of SmackDown right before the Royal Rumble, when everybody start fighting in the ring, that's what's gonna be happening in DJ Envy Wife Villa. Like everybody putting their finishing moves on her.
That
He
is
definitely
good.
getting her orgasm. Like if she missing out on, and he cheat. That's also the thing. That's why I be because I cheat. So I know you finna get on your get back shit
Yeah.
out there in Bermuda. Like, nah, I'm cheating in Melbourne. I'm cheating in fucking Florida. You're not finna cheat
Titusville.
on me. Yeah, like nah, not Titusville.
He's not talking about that. Not over there.
One of my favorites moved to Titusville, and it hurt because never again. She lost weight. Nah, no.
He said she wasn't trying to better her life. She's actually worse than it.
Yeah, so you're not finna cheat on me in the Bahamas, bitch. No. Some fucking coconut cracking nigga, come out a tree. Yo, how you doing?
Nigga with life skills and the accent. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, fam, nigga
But-
come out with a hatchet hanging off his belt loop. Like, yo, this what I and feed her coconut water.
The
Fresh
coconut
out the
shot was
street.
crazy.
Imagine your girl being in the video, one of them seductive ass chefs.
Yeah.
Yo.
Shit squirt out her mouth.
You know, a wild video I seen. It was in, I guess, it was in one of them locales, son. It's some white lady leaned up on a wall, a nigga.
I know what you're
cooking her.
talking about.
And they panned away. It's at
and it's
least
multiple niggas. It looked like the
Oh,
eyeball
yeah,
coming out.
I know what you mean.
One of them niggas is ass naked, son. Where are your clothes? And
Nah,
what is
that's
she?
against the dress code. He ain't even had on no camo shorts or nothing. Like
Nothing, fam. Like you can't. Was this planned? Even if it was planned, wear your clothes, fam, because it's outside. There's nothing but huts. Like it's a sick video, son. That's what I envision a 20-day trip, girls trip to. Nah, you fuck out of here. That's sex trafficking. And you and your homegirls will go to jail.
Fly, you letting your girl take a 20-day trip?
Yeah.
I didn't hear what you said.
I asked if he would let his girl take a 20-day trip.
That's what I get into. It's like I'm never into like taking away experience from people, especially after marriage, because I ain't doing nothing but hurting both our lives. You know,
That's how you explain that trans.
go ahead, gay joke.
I can't make that joke. I was.
I edit it out.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's
We
how
need
you
sponsor.
explain you dalliancing with that Decepticon. Because a transformer is a robot in disguise. You get it? No, my bad. You like boys? That's what I'm saying. My bad.
What
I want to, all jokes aside, you can't stop somebody from doing something. Like I said, so you go on girl trips all the time. But then she didn't answer the phone, and now my mind is wandering because you caught me cheating 2 weeks ago, and now you in Jamaica letting
But
your
this
phone.
is all on you.
I bet. I'm finna call you everything in the book.
This is all on you though. Shit. You know them tweets about how like if your man come to the girls' night out, all that shit.
Yeah.
Silly. You one of them people, bro.
Yeah, I'm fucking all of
them. I'll flip this table right now.
I'll be joking though, but like I genuinely don't care about that shit. Like my wife, they had to go to a trip in another city for like 2 days. Her and her homegirl coworkers, whatever. Like that shit don't really bother me. But in Envy case, like he should be vetoing that shit.
You need the context because I used to go out with. Well, they go all over.
I truly don't think 20 days.
After the thing, and he was cheating with like he ain't giving you orgasm, and he cheated with this chick, son. She's definitely.
And I think they like high school sweetheart type shit. Like she probably they at the age where like some people
fried in a minute.
A lot of niggas at that age accept that too. Like a lot of guys have that I just don't want to know attitude, and more than will admit it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he might be in that situation, but
maybe a cuck. I think is the word.
Yeah, you got those, but then you got the genuines like I just don't want to find out type shit. But they are that is a thing. Like
because cuck is like you into it, like
that's
y'all ever been cheated on?
Probably. Yeah, when I was younger.
Devastated, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I haven't been, but I know I would
because it was a circumstance where it was like one of them younger dudes was preying on a type shit, and it was like, what can I do? You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, you 27. What are you talking about? Nigga said that like you're 48.
Dog, I was a teenager, nigga.
So what was the nigga like 12 years old? What are you talking about? You said the younger nigga preyed on it. Like,
I said I got cheated on when I was younger, and there was a circumstance where the chick who cheated on me was messing with a dude who was older and preyed on her.
Oh,
it was one of them. Yeah, it was one of them nigga in a box Chevy pick her up from school type shit.
Yeah, I've been cheating. As much as I cheat, son, bitches be shooting back in my head. So I'm not even gonna lie to you, son.
Yeah. Anyway.
It actually had like content. We talked about sports for real.
Yeah. We ain't got no cool outro or nothing like that. But anyway, appreciate y'all for sitting through this episode with us. That was episode 16 of Over the Hill. Y'all niggas take care.
Oh, you're yo.
I'm doing that fucking wave, nigga. You a four corner hustler, man. Act like it.
It's
toodles. Any other thing y'all got to discuss today?
Yeah, I want to discuss
That was rhetorical.
Nigga, that mean that's the end of the pod.